Peace and love, family. And rise upon the seventh. Give all praises to the great God, whom we call Allah, our Father God Allah. Honors to his holy prophet, honors to our holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, El Hajj Sharif Abdul Ali, that is. Give honors to our Moorish king once again, here, there, and everywhere, and therefore honors to all of you who are continuously honoring yourselves by being yourselves. Give honors to our Grand National Seal, Grand National Emblem, National Flag, Divine Constitution, and bylaws. And honors to all of you who are indeed a living manifestation and personification of everything. And I do mean everything that our holy prophet brought to make us a nation. Shalom, brother Judah. Salam to you, brother Islamism. Yes, sir. Yeah, we just got a brief measure we want to bring to the manifest. Dealing with self-hatred and self-genocide. What we call pretty much domestic terrorism. How this has become the enemy of our people. Self-hatred, self-genocide. And how this has, through domestic terrorism, become the enemy of our people. And I'm going to read from this particular book. I always love this book right here, man. This is one of the most down-to-earth books, that I ever read. When it come down to dealing with this special demonstration, let me see, can I do this here? Because I think I figured it out. I'm going to go in here now, brother. Try to, just give me 1 second. See, I'm gonna have to do this like this. Oh yeah, I can just copy it here. Yeah, and put it in here. I don't know, it might come if I post it right there. Yeah, can you see that link right there, brother? No. Did that come to you? I just copied what was there. Hold up. No, I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna try to put it in the bike chat where you at. Yeah, I got a focus I want to bring on the manifest, so I really want to emphasize this measure right here. Let me see here. Yeah, okay. There you go right there. I think that's it right there, brother. I ain't never did this here like that. I knew a while back I had it. Yeah, so okay, there you go, right. That's you right there. Yeah, what's going on with you, brother?
What up, champ?
Yeah, what's going on? Peace and love, brother. I just got a measure I want to bring to the manifest real quick. Yeah,
okay.
It ain't gonna be real long. You been all right?
Yeah, man. How about yourself, man?
Oh, all is well, all is well. I can't complain, my brother. All
right.
is well.
Okay. I'm just sticking around listening.
Yeah, most definitely, bro. We'll definitely open up the flow for you as well. And we'll see how this demonstration go. But yeah, I just want to again talk about this self-hatred, and genocide. Again, that's dealing with what I call domestic terrorism when it comes to our people. And it's on all levels, when it comes to our people. It ain't got to do necessarily with a particular group or account. This is just looking at our people as a collective. And I want to start, like I said, I want to read something out of this book, From Niggas to Gods. And I'm going to pick up from there. And this is actually coming from the chapter in this book. I don't know if you ever read it, brother, but if you ever get a chance, you should get it. The first one I like better, but this one is pretty good too. This one is, Do Niggas Deserve to Be Free?
Who the author?
A young brother, man. He was 14, 15 years old. I killed back in the day. This book,
wow.
this is old material here.
What's it called? The what?
Got 30 years on it, huh?
What's the name of the book again? The
From Niggas
Negro
to
Code.
Gods.
Niggas. Okay.
Yeah, you see how they got the well, let me. Yeah, you see how I got
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
it, got them turning the gun on each other, blue rag, red rag.
Right.
And you see who pulling the strings. You know, this volume two, volume one is fire, but volume two, a little more advanced, but it's good too.
They
I
say
just
a youngster wrote this book, huh?
yeah. One that
What's
was
that?
actually coming from the. I think he was a 5%, if I'm correct. But his logic is so sound.
Yeah.
You know how he able to bring these things from a high level to the manifest. You know, it inspired me a lot.
Right.
I'm gonna read from right here. Self hatred lead to self execution, and I'm gonna build on it. So this is what we got going right here, family. He said, "You have so much power. I know that you may not really know it, but the same God that spoke to you early in the first part of this chapter is rooted deeply within you. He is programmed into you deep under all that filth that this world is dumped on top of you. The God is in there. He is in the core of your pure nature. Whenever he is dissatisfied with you, you are unconsciously dissatisfied with your own self deep down inside. Think. Your own unconsciousness dissatisfaction turns into self hatred and causes you to behave in a self defeating behavior and lifestyle. Think. Yes, you have more God in you than you know. You can bless you or you can damn you. That is a lot of power in your hands. Listen, beloved brother and sister, we suffer immensely from this self hatred. If you hate the reality that you see about you, it will be this exact same self hatred that keeps you from the life you desire, the freedom you desire. It is deadly. I am saying this psychological cycle is what is creating a self destructive condition in the so called black community. This self hatred leads to your self execution or your subliminal self destruction. All of this goes on in the world of your mind. This is how it goes. You will see you every day. You dislike or hate what you see in you. So then you judge you. Then you sentence you to death. Then you kill you. All of this goes on in your mind. And you are your own judge, jury, and executioner. And so you die. So we die every day, guilty as charged, killing ourselves through our death lifestyle, our deathly lifestyle, self inflicted execution. Think about that. Okay, you have the point. But instead of just getting there and hating what you see, why not choose to take that action that will change what you see instead of hating and judging and eventually killing yourself through the penalization of self execution? Why don't you choose to reform you through the true system of corrections? Why would you refuse to rehabilitate you? Why would you refuse to correct your ways? Why would you refuse that? Why would you refuse to reform yourself into something or someone you could accept? Someone that you could respect, someone that you could love, and someone that you could see is worthy of freedom in life itself. God, you are not purposely trying to destroy your own life, are you? Deep, deep, deep in your heart, you know that greatness is in your nature. That's exactly why you are dissatisfied. Deep in the truth of your heart, you know that you are not all that you could, would, or should be, or rather, not even trying to be. Not even trying to be. Know this. You know this. If you really believe that you were nothing but a little devil, it wouldn't bother you. But since you know you are slipping less than your nature, it plagues you. Yes, it does, because you are the righteous one by nature. You know right from wrong. You never will love in you in a broken down, degenerate, trifling, moralist, non productive, and non purposeful lifestyle or state. You might sit there tolerating the odor of your condition and get used to it, but you still would not love nor respect you. That is against the nature that God had created you in. We can't say this enough. You will not love, you black man and black woman, until you make yourself worthy of your own love, of your own self. And it is love for self and respect for self that is the absolute real freedom. To achieve this freedom gives you the peace of mind and the power of spirit to achieve anything and everything else in the world. Believe that. Now, this is where I'm going to stop at. It say, you may not know it, but that is true. It is just true. You start doing things, you respecting other people, and watch what happens. Start being a real man and a real woman and watch what happens. And you will begin to respect yourself and feel good about yourself automatically. Automatically, just watch. You have to change now in order to save your life. You will not let your own self free without a charge. It doesn't matter if you are still aware of this or not, but you have an automatic built-in mechanism of divine judgment. If you are evil, your psyche will begin to self-destruct against your own existence. You put this in your own system before birth. All of this was written into your nature from trillions of years ago when you originated with the originator. Did you know that you are the withholder of your own blessings and administer your own punishment? Did you know that in your own hands is the balance of heaven and hell? Can you handle that power? It is not beyond your scope. Niggas cannot love themselves as niggas. No one hates niggas more than niggas hate themselves. As niggas, because niggas know that they are not niggas at all, because niggas are convinced that they are God. Absolutely convinced. So you see this powerful measure right here, Judah.
Yeah, I'm listening.
You know what I mean? And this is just dealing with self-accountability.
Right.
Because a lot of time, it's easy to stand outside of self and judge individuals, and try to tear people's character down in the public. Like we seen brothers try to attack you in the public. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
yet,
that can't.
ain't now one of these individuals without some type of imperfection.
Right.
Ain't now one of them, perfect. For all those that may judge, each other for being whatever they are. There's no one out here perfect, because if they was, then they wouldn't still be looking for the way. This
Right.
is how I see it. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
when I say self, when I go into the concept of self-hatred, we can see this going on around us, bro, right now. And I'm pretty sure you've seen it in your city. You probably been in the grocery stores where you can see how people can't really stand to communicate with each other. Be in
Right.
the same space with each other. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it usually be when you go into that type of environment, it's mostly when you're in a setting where you was trying to have a good time, and you might have been in the past in a sports bar or something like that. You expect that type of mentality because you got all type of crazy people there. But now this is something that goes on a constant basis.
Right.
You can go to the grocery store, you can go to the movies, you can go to the car wash, and you can feel the tension in the air in relation to dealing with our people.
Well, one thing about me, I always try to make it when I walk past a brother or sister. I
Mm-hmm.
always, hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, sister?
That's right. That's
That's what
right.
I do.
I'm the same way. When I see the one that has that type of tension and spirit in them, I say, peace, brother. You know
Right.
what I mean? Peace, beloved. And sometimes one respond accordingly, and then sometimes people, they'll keep going. You know what I mean? This ain't just dealing with brothers. I'm talking about this is with the sisters and all. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, they have become alienated away from the brothers because of a lack of protection. You know,
Right.
and so you see this outcry now of women trying to bring movements against brothers. You see brothers bringing movements against sisters. So it's like we imploding upon ourselves. Do you see that as well, Judah?
Yeah, they got the Cynthia G and the Tasha K's and the Kevin
Yeah,
Samuels and the Uncle Larry's
yeah,
yeah, all these different movements going against each other. Yeah, I see it all the
yeah.
time.
You see what I'm saying? And so when you look at it, this makes it hard for them to hear anything, because everybody, it's like it say in the Grand Quran, each person or each party rejoicing in that which is of themselves. Meaning if that fit their ideology and that's the way that they like to carry it, then they gonna identify with that thing the same way. Oh, I done found somebody that believe like me. So what's going on with your family, Tory Bolton? Salam alaikum. Honors to you, Ray Sean Irvin. You welcome in here, and your opinions is welcome as well. It's all
Yeah.
love. We just talking about this self-hatred. Me and my brother Jeremiah Judah, you know, one of my partners and comrades of the Lion Den. I'm also partial of that platform as well.
Now you being humble. He being humble. He's a champion of the Lions Den.
That's right.
Yeah.
We most
Champ.
definitely, and they know why. You gave that particular delegation to us as well. Now, brother Judah, because
Hmm.
don't nobody want to have no real conversation.
Right.
They all duck and dodge, Kamisha. You
Yeah.
see? So
Hey,
shouts out to you as well, Kenneth Willie. Go ahead, brother JJ.
hey, family. Did you see the? I know it's kind of off topic. Did you see? I said the video I sent you. Asar Imhotep, man, and how he was lying all out through his book.
When did you sit in the, with how long ago that been? Because I'm really just
Yes.
getting back
Yes.
on.
Oh, yesterday. I sent you yesterday.
Okay, yeah, I ain't been
Yeah,
on here
yeah, go
really
check
yet.
it
I'm
out, man.
just, I've been dropping little stuff here and there, but I'm just getting back on here right now because I said
Right.
I need
Right.
to
Right.
be,
Working your way back
I
in.
think I need to go live a little bit more.
Yeah.
I upload a lot of video, but I think it's time for me to go live a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And I'm glad I was able to now figure it out here because I don't really know this platform like that. Even
Right.
though I've been on it, all I know is just hit the record and hit the broadcast, but it ain't that hard now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely gonna do this a lot more. And shalom to your Malak. Kenneth
Back on
Willis.
lock in the building.
Yeah, shalom to everybody. We're out here. We just having a conversation, man, about this self-hatred and this self-genocide, family, because it's most definitely leading to the destruction of our people. And people like to talk about mental illness. I hate when people try to, use that terminology because that's the terminology European try to use to make our people seem incompetent. We got
Yeah.
people. Go ahead, brother.
They gotta put you on Ritalin and stuff like that, and label you to all these labels. Yeah, they've been
Yeah,
doing people like that for a long time, bro.
yeah, and that come with that eugenics movement. See, a lot of
Yeah,
people
right they
don't know
do.
that when they
Hmm.
call you people feeble-minded, unfit. And so then when we begin to take on these titles, because you got people doing videos talking about how mental illness is real amongst our people. No, mental slavery is the real mental illness that we suffer from as a people. You know,
Facts.
it's no different like the brother gave in the first volume of From Niggas to Gods. He was talking about the dog. I like the examples he give. You see how plain he was putting that thing what I was reading, Judah?
Yeah.
And he was talking about how a dog when free don't even recognize his freedom because he's been on the chain for so long, the gate wide open and everything. You let him off the chain, and he won't even run outside the gate because he's so conditioned to running around on that chain to where the chain is invisible now.
Right.
You feel me? And
Yep.
a lot of our leaders and teachers who have come, regardless of what paradigm, they all talk about that mental slavery, bro. That's
Right.
the real illness that our people suffer from, and that's what causes them to hate each other for so much. You can give your people courtesy, out there, like when you're moving in the public, common courtesy, go ahead, brother. And some people get an attitude with you for giving them common courtesy.
That's
If you got a
crazy.
stop sign, you know what I mean? You let them go, they get mad. So these are things that I call them triggers. They are triggers because these are some of the same things that lead to us harming each other. It don't take much for us to go to war with each other now. And I
No.
never understood why it was so easy, Judah, for us to harm each other. And then we have the same weapons of mass destruction in our hand. And then the enemy come that's really trying to harm you, and they running with that demonstration.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll throw your whole life away trying to kill your own people. But then
Right.
come a time to stand in defense, you run it. So that's what made
Mm-hmm.
me look at, the street concept in a different way, once I became conscious as well. These dudes,
Right.
they act like they about that life, but if it really came down to it, yeah, you willing to die and kill your own brother, but you ain't willing to stand in defense of your nation. And
Right.
that don't mean you got to get out here going to war slinging iron or none of that. I'm just using the example of showing the psyche. There's something wrong with that. We can go back to the King Alfred plan. We can go back to the Willie Lynch, doctrine, where they said if put this thing deep enough into the mind, it becomes self-refueling. You see, and then you ain't even got to try to put them behind no bars or nothing, because they gonna basically make doors, of their own captivity. You see, so one becomes a captive in their own mind. And that's a sad state. Again, that leads to self-destruction, self-genocide, and what I call domestic terrorism. Now, a lot of time when we hear the term domestic terrorism, we think of somebody going in and bombing somewhere, up here. But true domestic terrorism, as it relates to our people, is hate crimes toward each other. Based upon I don't like you because you carry the MAGA, the 6 point star. I don't like you because you carry the five. I don't like you because you carry the crescent. I don't like you because you carry the cross. All these things. And we know a lot of this has to do with our people identified trying to find the enemy, but they are looking at enemy in each other as opposed to looking at this individual here, the one that's pulling the string, the real
Right.
enemy. You see? And so you'll hear me say, man, we go back and forth, fist to cuff, over doctrine. We
Right.
say, well, he believed this, but it's really a Eurocentric concept that our people are standing in defense of. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
They say that they demonstrating black power. We got some of our people say they're American patriots. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Come on, man. How you gonna be American patriot and a Pan-Africanist at the same time, brother?
Man.
You see? That's just like biting off a piece of swine and saying you don't eat it.
Right.
You
Walking
see what I'm?
contradiction.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So oh man, and don't even get into. I see you got you atheist killer tag on here. Don't even get into that aspect. A lot of our
Yeah.
people. Go ahead.
Yeah. I've been, you've been on your break, doing what you think with your family. Yeah. I've been going on a couple of, I went on Pseudo Killers twice. Went over there on Garfield, beat up on a couple of them guys, you know. So I'm in atheist killer mode right now.
That's
You
right,
see what I'm
and you
saying?
ain't wrong. Cause
Right.
I wanna address that, brother. I want to
Yeah.
address that. That's a part of self-hatred and self-genocide.
Hey.
Yeah, it is. On the
Gar-
top of the list. Because I
yeah.
ain't never known my people. I don't care
Yeah.
what they chose to believe, bro. I ain't never known our people to be a godless people, bro.
Godless, soulless,
You
spiritless
feel
people.
me? We
Come on.
believe in something. And see, that's
So
another thing. Yes, sir. Peace, R. Neil Bay. Gratitude, share more, share. Long time no see, Grandman. See, that's one of my good brothers from the Moorish Science Temple right there. He
oh,
a
okay.
good brother. Yes, sir. I
Yeah.
got a lot of brothers I love in the MST of A.
Ain't
You
nothing
know,
wrong with that.
the good Moors. You know what I mean? They know what time it is. Ain't nothing but love and unity. And so,
Right.
so that's what we promote. One of our statements, we say salvation, our God, and unity.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we really want to get into this thing and make it applicable, because they wonder how can we apply this stuff to us. Let's just go into the metaphysics of the concept of the serpent, right? Really, if we dealing with a garden, everybody's garden is really above their neck.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a serpent, here, and there's a God head in here. Now, if we choose to move according to the whispers of the serpent, then we can't blame nobody for that but us. It ain't a serpent outside of you beguiling you, got you eating no apples or no types of fruit, figs or none of that. These so-called apples, and also any type of fruit, so to speak, you want to get into, it's all dealing with the thought pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And most of our thought pattern that we have, Judah, you know, we were trained to be that way. And this
Right.
is outside of being religious. Now, this is just using, you know, the religious moniker as a motif to explain what it is we're talking about, you
Right.
know. But we ain't never been an atheistic people, bro.
Never.
Never, you know. And I always mess with them. I like to say atheist. If you atheist,
Peace.
you believe in God. So an atheist ain't nobody that's just somebody that's ungrateful. And
Yeah.
guarantee you, if they were falling off a cliff, the first thing they, oh my God, you know what I mean? Because it's instinctive and in the nature now. You
Right.
know, some of them are probably Jesus, you know, or
Right.
whatever but they gonna call on something higher than them.
Yeah.
You know
Scientists
what
say
I mean?
we are predisposed to believing in some kind of creator or God.
Yeah, I think you gonna trip when I say this, but I think some of these atheists really lost their way, right, Judah? And I think they want some good brothers to come after them, you know, and make them believe again. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I think it is, you know, because
I
that's
heard one told me that before. Yeah, he actually said, "Man,
yeah,
if you could actually convince me, you know, come back, I would." Like he was screaming atheism, but yeah, like what you said, they want somebody to convince them to come back.
yeah, they want somebody to come after them. So they try to attack, and notice they try to attack the ones that's most knowledgeable. You know, they want to see, you know, can they overthrow you? They gonna come at you with some of the thing they was tested with. So whatever caused them to break their faith, they gonna come at you and see what's your answer to that, you
Right,
know, and see can you bring some in opposition. Some people also just want to have an excuse to be carefree.
right.
They don't want no accountability. You know what I mean?
Like Sharnetta.
Hey man, when it comes to a lot of our people, man, they just don't. It's a lot of accountability, a lack of accountability, bro.
Yeah, well, he always said, "I don't have to, y'all the one have to follow the laws, not me." This is what he say all the time.
But you got to also look at it too. Some of our people looking at the way our people have behaved toward each other, and they was on the path, but they became confused. You know, when they seen how much opposition our people had toward each other, just like
Mhm.
Polite. As eloquent as he is in speech and sharp as he is in certain things, I know for a fact, and you can tell that Polite lost his way because he got involved into a lot of conflict based upon the information that he was studying. And he
Mhm.
became confused, so it made him called atheist. You feel me?
Mhm.
And that's what it really
Right,
boiled down to. And then getting monetary things for what it is that he was able to do, it caused him to lose sight as well. Because you know,
right,
most people that become well off, they don't feel like they have to have a God they got to pray for.
right, right. They,
Not if
they,
you stuck on
they're
material.
having it right here, right now.
Yeah, you know, it's
Yep,
materialism. You know,
yep,
right on point. One love to your family. So
yep.
yeah, this is powerful, bro. When we talk about uh, what I use the term domestic violence as is at an all time high in our little slide right here. But you know, domestic terrorism, man, that's real, bro. That's
Mhm.
real, bro. And so it's gonna get worse. I'm just being honest. We know it. The thing is, we gotta have soldiers like me and yourself, Judah, and other brothers that's really willing to teach the people, because we cannot allow the whole conscious community to succumb to.
Ah, damn. Hey, Commission, I'm gonna have to go out and come back in because somebody
Yeah,
calling me, and when
all is
somebody
well.
call me, it'll mess it up.
Yeah,
I
that's
gotta
all
come
right.
back in. All right.
Go ahead, brother. That's all
Yeah.
right. Yes, sir. Peace and love. Yeah, we want to give honor to our brother Judah. You know, shouts out to that brother, good brother. You know, do a lot of work. You know, and we give honor to all the family out here that's sincerely trying to teach their people. So yeah, I can pick up where I left out from this particular book. Many of you probably already read this book before. You know, like I say, I love the language being used in the book from niggas to gods, because it's a lot of simplicity in it, but it's most definitely rational. You know, he went on, he said, this is exactly why niggas kill niggas every day, every night. It is an indirect suicide, but it is suicide all the same. Niggas know that they don't deserve to be free, as they are. So we sentence ourselves to death every day. Every day. It's automatic. Riding around in the ghettos looking for an image of yourself to attack. True. See, you are the nature of the supreme being. And we have just discussed of how your God is your gatekeeper from freedom. And you agree that your God is justified because you would do the same thing. You instituted the law. What would you do if you were the master God today? What would you do if you had a wild and crazy bunch of untamed, destructive animal acting beasts in your house? You would do the exact same thing, withhold freedom. You would do exactly what you already do. You would chain and lock that destructive beast up, and you would not let that beast run free throughout your house to tear it up. This is what you do when you get a wild acting untamed dog in your house. You chain that beast up until it exemplifies and displays that it can act like it got some sense in its head without tearing up your house. Is that right? The beast has to prove itself worthy enough to deserve the freedom to roam around your house freely, right? Right. That is the program. That is the system. Freedom is earned. That is the law that you laid down. This is your law. Mission statement. What are we doing? We are escaping negativity to become God. Problem. Our people are entrapped within the vices of their oppressors, making them unworthy of the successful life ignorantly. We are now choosing to live in filth, forfeiting any chance of future. Solutions. Become aware of our condition. Become ashamed of our condition. Then become angry at our condition. Take that emotional energy and aggressively change our condition, saving our lives. How did I do that? Acquiring a sense of shame, setting righteous principles and moral standards in your life that you refuse to break. Be too proud, too esteemed to live as an uncivilized beast. You are not as your enemy. Separate your lifestyle from the lifestyle of your oppressor. Live a life centered on principles that will make you a deserving recipient of freedom, self-love, and self-respect. Let me let the brother Richard Neil Bay, R. Neil Bay, in here. See what our brother drawing on. Islam, Mo. Yes, sir, Ray Sean, Irvin, brother. That's sad, but it's true. You know, and the truth hurt. But that's what our people need. We need hard truth. We need in-your-face truth. We don't need no tiptoe through the tulip truth. We don't need no watered down, you know, as our brother Khalid Muhammad would call it, pasteurized, homogenized truth. We need the whole truth and no, well, so help us, nothing but the truth. So help us by means of the God within us. That's what we need. You feel me? Yeah. Okay, brother Neil, if you're trying to speak, you can speak, my brother. Unmute your mic. Yeah, you welcome to get your draw. Yeah, we trying to reach the people, man, because I'm looking at the fact. Now let's pay attention to this, family. A lot of our people are coming into a lot of wealth. You know, they prospering. You know, they making a lot of money on the manifest, right? They gaining a lot of material things. Young millionaires among our people, we salute them. But how is it, you know, that even though they have become, you know, wealthy as they have, you know, how is it that they are now in a state to where they are killing each other? I mean, you would think that material things and the money, you know, would bring some type of peace, but we know money can't bring happiness. We all know that. But I'm saying we have celebrities that's still suffering from the same conditions and the same things that they suffered from before they became a celebrity. How is this possible? We got to reflect back again on what we call self-hatred. We got to go back into dealing with what we call, again, a lack of self-knowledge.
That's right.
You know, Even I can call it domestic racism when it comes to our people. Because
Mm.
some of our people don't even like each other. You feel me? Just all you got to do is wear something different or look different. You know, they ain't even got to know you and they hate you. What's going on, brother Neil Bay Islam?
Peace and love. Look, you dropping in, and I don't want to stop the flow. First of all, we rise, we give praises to Allah and honor to all His true and divine prophets, and give honors to brothers like yourself, brother, who doing the work, Islam. But I wanted to say, because I haven't heard from my brother, as my wife like to call him, the only green glove that we have in America. I haven't heard from you, and you had corrected me on something a while back. I think it was like last year, and it was on the charm. And I just want the world to hear that when we're wrong, sometimes we need to. And I was trying to reach out to you on Facebook. You know, Facebook now is messbook, so we can't even build on there like we used to.
Right.
We got to reach back out to our brothers and sisters. And this is the duty of our ancient forefathers who were righteous men and women. When
That's
you
right.
are wrong, you admit your faults, brothers and sisters.
That's
It
right.
won't bring harm to you.
No, sir. No,
So
sir.
we want to share with our brother that I'm going to say I was wrong. I'm not going to even say that it was a misunderstanding or miscommunication. I'm going to say I was directly wrong. And we
Well,
didn't blow up on each other now. We didn't blow up on each other, y'all.
yeah, but I won't even say you were wrong. I think it had to do more with a lack of the information because we can only give what we have in front of us. You feel me?
Boom. And that's where I wanted to go. Brother,
Yeah.
what you have been sharing in the last on some of those videos that you have done with Sadnetta and how you have represented the more, and this ain't to kiss your butt or be your best friend, and I don't care about none of that.
Yeah, I know.
Brother, the way you've been doing that, my wife sits in the house in our home or domicile, however the brothers and sisters want to say it. They correct you on your grammar. But she plays it back. And she said, man, a perfect representation for us as Moorish American Muslims. Y'all excuse me. It's 93 degrees. I'm out here doing push-ups and charge. Who's representing us with a conscious community and all our melanated people say, man, I like that.
Yeah,
No
well,
dogmatic teaching that you have came with. No, my daddy, Noble Drew Ali, or whoever is bigger than your daddy. You
that's
see what
right.
I'm saying? Like you said, the mental illness that we're dealing with as a people, the mental sickness that you're dealing with the issues, brother. You see?
Yeah,
So we want to salute you for that. And we want to give you your flowers so the world can hear. Allahu Akbar, right? Okay,
yes,
we're coming on around now. So we just want to share that with our brother, man, because it's hard, brothers and sisters. You got to watch what you're articulating out to the people. You got to make sure you stand within the Kemetic laws, the Islamic laws, the
that's right.
biblical laws. You see what I'm
Teach.
saying? So we want to say, brother, we salute you for what you're doing and keep doing what you're doing because it takes a mastermind. And I'm not just trying to give them some titles, y'all, but to deal with people who don't want to hear nothing about Noble Drew Ali, who don't want to hear nothing about birthrights and nationality. You see what I'm saying? Who don't want to hear nothing about to know yourself, to become yourself, to understand that the God is within you. It takes a dedication. And we salute this brother for that dedication that he's putting out there because you got to be one who said, look, man, I got to speak the language of the people. You got the conscious community who said they hated the Moorish Science Temple America before you came, brother, okay? I've been watching them from the young pharaohs, etc. They did not want nothing to do with Noble Drew Ali. I said, man, y'all trying to make us some Turks. Y'all trying to make us some Arabs. And you came correcting them and taking them into the Kemetic degrees and said, oh, Noble Drew Ali was looking at it like this. So we salute you, brother. Allahu Akbar.
Oh yeah, peace and love, brother, for the honors. And yeah, what it is, my thing was like I had did the last measure on Noble Drew Ali, the man, the myth, and the legend. And a lot of our family is acknowledging their Moorish roots and everything. And what it is, it's the narrative that had been pushed where we had, and it's coming from the Eurocentric school of thought where people say the Moors enslaved our people, and nothing can be further from the truth, grand man. And I have to correct them and say, no, It was the people in Morocco who actually participated in enslaving some of the Moors. From that aspect, if we want to really get into the aspect, and that's why they going through what they went through. The real root of the Moors, I was showing the Moors, is right there in Mauritania, still being enslaved right now in the East. And this is one of the best kept secrets, brother.
Neil. That's right. And you don't mind sharing it with the people. See, Noble Drew Ali was waking us up back then, brothers and sisters, against the Wahhabism, against the so-called Jews.
That's right.
They have stolen our history, our information, and dumbed us down, right? And told us that we was buried over here without a nationality, without ancient forefathers to trace ourselves back to. So we salute you for what you're doing, bro. Because it's hard to do that and make it make sense. So what? Because more science means make it make sense, make it add up. So what the brothers and sisters all over. Think about it now. This is going all over the world, and they respecting it. They want more of it. Allahu Akbar.
Oh yeah. We got more to give. That's just like even with the Kemetic information, we found a lot of pushback, and we was trying to show our family, not that we were trying to attack their viewpoint, but show them that even Kemet has been infiltrated by the Eurocentric academia. You see. And so our people have been pushing what they call Egyptology, and they don't even know that you pushing a Eurocentric mindset. Like I told them, it's time, like Noble Drew Ali told the Moors, we got to write the history. Go ahead, brother.
Teaching. Yes. You're teaching, brother. I'm bearing witness to the Al-Haq. Yes, sir. They're thinking they get Noble Drew Ali teachings by going into all those different finds, right? And it's taking them away from what Noble Drew Ali went into, because that's a reinvention of our ancient forefathers' decrees. Praise Allah.
That's right. And I was telling the people too, and I always emphasize. They say, "Well, Noble Drew Ali didn't teach on Kemet and nothing in the Circle 7," and I'm telling them, people, in all actuality, the Circle 7 is most definitely Egyptian and Kemetic, because where do you think he spent them 18 missing years at? Who was he being taught by?
Remember, you went into those lessons. It was a couple years ago about him over in India. Now they're teaching it to the world that Jesus was in India.
That's right. All over the place.
Even in their churches now, they're starting to teach it. So it's coming back around to what Noble Drew Ali gave us in the 1920s.
Exactly what he gave us. And when you get into the chapters on the social duties, a lot of people don't know those documents in the root manuscript is said to come from Akhenaten IV. So just dealing with the social duties alone, that's Kemet as well. So the whole document, though we use the term, we just came into the knowledge of the word Kemet. We know it stood for what they call Egypt, but he was an Egyptian adept. He didn't just come bearing them titles. He did that before anybody knew anything about Kemet. Prophet Noble Drew Ali was the first to use them titles, and most of those who used it after him came from him. So we give honors to our brother Neil Bay. I think his line dropped off. He probably will be back, but honors to that brother, and since he brought that up, just to get into a bit of science, I'm gonna share the screen right here. And he was talking about this symbol right here. A lot of our people don't know, this symbol comes out of ancient Kemet, facts. This ain't nothing we speculating about, and it's deeper than we know. It goes back further than Kemet at the same token, though, because the ancient Kemites identified this particular symbol. If you go into some of the works, you see what was known as the leg of an ox. This is what the word axe can be traced back to. Ox and axe, a similar strength. An axe is basically that which gave birth to the scimitar, the sword. It comes from the family of the axe, so to speak, right? If you know the weapons of ancient Kemet, so it's known as the kafesh. Now on a higher level of expression, the kafesh, as you can see the scimitar above the star right here, what his cursor is, you see a deity sitting down in front of that. They call this the constellation of the scimitar. You see the great bear, the constellation of the great bear, the scimitar, a weapon, a sword. This is the weapon. The greatest weapon you have is above your neck. And if you go into the book of the hidden gates, which is also a Kemetic lesson, you will see all of the deities here that you normally see in Kemet. All these deities have scimitars in their hand, and the other ones have stars in their hand. This is pre-Noble Drew Ali now. So when Noble Drew Ali came forth and brought the symbol with the scimitar and the star, it had already existed in the Kemetic teachings. This is also, if you can see it in transparency, I put it here. You can see the same symbol with the deity sitting there, the scimitar and the star, and they call it the constellation of Meskheti, the great bull. This is the pole star, the Polaris that you find north, true north. The same Polaris or pole star that the Moors used to navigate and travel by. This particular measure has to do with where the scimitar is, or what they call the leg, or the scimitar is rotating around that Polaris, and they call it the Big Dipper, and you had a Little Dipper as well. That's also on the manifest, but nevertheless, they called this particular measure in Kemet, it was equated with words such as Meru, Mera, or the Mesura, which is where they say Ramesses and, the man who was ruling, the chief ruler, the pharaoh, actually represented that pole star on the earth, you see. And you had Misr, which is a name they use also where they say the word Misraim come from, Mazaroth. That word was found in the book of Job, where he said, who is able to place Mazaroth, which is the constellations, into the earth. As it is above, so it is below. As it is within, so it is without. And it's good that we mention this, because we have a heavenly plane above the neck, like we were speaking of earlier. So this is what a real scimitar is. The scimitar is above the neck, and the principles of the star that we say, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, they actually came from the teachings of Kemet, which is dealing with harmony, truth, balance, right order, and justice. You see? And so this is what we need to wage war against that mentality of self-hatred. We need that scimitar, which represents consciousness. We say we use it to cut away all ungainly things within ourselves, to cut away that negativity, to cut away that lower self. If you want to go to war with somebody, don't look for your brother. Wage war with that beast within. Behead the beast within the self. You see what I'm saying? So these are some of the metaphysical, yet physical aspects as it manifests within us. And there was another expression over here of the same bull. You see the stars in it, the 7 stars that it's composed of. And this is also in the temple of Dendera. Most temples that deal with the stars and the expression of the heavens. And it ain't strange, because even the scimitar and the star was found among the Orisha tradition. You see the crown of the king, and you can see it in transparency. That's the scimitar. And then you see the star, which was the crown for the queen. And so all of these different directions are going back to our people. Here's another measure dealing with the tetragrammaton, Aliism, dealing with the highest initiations. And that's really teaching about the God within man, the reality of the supreme being. And you have the shield over here, which is actually was found in England. This is a Moorish shield, not England, but Spain. This is a shield for Moorish Spain. It has the scimitar and the star. This is all pre-Noble Drew Ali. So when Prophet Noble Drew Ali came on the manifest, it's powerful too, because you see M and A, the letters M and A, right here on the sash of Noble Drew Ali, right? Now look at the seal of Aliism, and look at it. It has the M and A here, right? But it's here where the scimitar is. So in all actuality, Noble Drew Ali was the one that lifted the scimitar, back up to the pinnacle of wisdom, consciousness. There's also in science dealing with the body what they call the scimitar sacrum at the base of the spine, kundalini, energy, life force. So your scimitar is formed as the serpent of wisdom that ascends through your nature. This is how you defeat that self-hatred. This is how you defeat that Negro and that beast that's within oneself. You got to rise to the occasion. You got to be resurrected. Ain't nothing spooky about this. We ain't talking about somebody else coming to resurrect you. We talking about you using the wisdom that you have to raise yourself from that state of ignorance, that state of darkness, that state from being blind, deaf, and dumb. Easy to be led in the wrong direction, hard to be led in the right direction. You see? So yeah, Prophet Noble Drew Ali knew exactly what he did when he brought these symbols on the manifest, signs and symbols of a conscious mind and men of understanding. So they also have the in the teachings of Dharmaism, they called it, if you look down here at the bottom, Mani Padme Hum. This is a Sanskrit, a Hindu concept. You hear them when they meditate. But all that deal with the concept of the serpent catching its tail. That's symbolic to the circle of life as well. You can see a lot of this science in here is connected. And no matter how you look at it, family, I mean, it's just powerful. In the esoteric teachings of mysticism, we see that the star always been a representation of man. So if the scimitar is elevated, from below, and it rotates, and then it's here. If Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought it above, the star, which that was his symbol, you can see the backside of it. You see the spinning jump ring he had on. Anytime you see this circle seal on any seal that's coming from the Moors, it's always a scimitar and star on the other side. You see, unless it's somebody that didn't come through the proper line, I'm going to put it that way. So when we talk about being executive rulers and adepts and Egyptian adept masters and all that right there, that's where a lot of that science come from, family. Yes, sir. So, yeah, I'm going to start trying to link up, brother Neil Bay. I'm going to definitely have to link up with you, in the community as a whole. I just give honors to all of those who are paying attention and watching, because we going to give you the truth. We ain't hiding nothing. We ain't remixing nothing. We ain't remixing nothing. We going to bring it to you as it is, and we going to uplift our people. We going to bring that consciousness to the people, that will free them mentally, physically, and spiritually. You see, this is the goal. If your knowledge is not applicable, if you can't apply what it is that you know, or utilize what you know to free yourself and others, then it's null and void. And so that's where we at now. We give honor to all of the community, those who are Kemetic, those who are in the Israelite community, those who are, in the Pan-African community. We give honor to all of you, family. We don't have anything against our family. Anytime y'all want to chime in, like these brothers just chimed in and showed love, that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring the truth to our people. We're going to uplift them, and we're going to guide them and take them where they need to be. So it's an honor, family. Stay tuned. I'm going to do this more often, because we here to uplift the people. And at this time, I got to actually go to my conference call. And you're welcome to come on, too. If you want to come to our conference call, you can come on. We invite you, And in fact, let me pull this up before I make my exodus. I want to show y'all our website for those who are not familiar with what paradigm we demonstrating over here. And y'all can get a real drawing from this. Okay. So I'm partial of the Moorish American government. I think that's enough to say that I come as a man of no reputation. I don't have to get into titles and titleism. But we building along the line of self-determination, family. And we trying to give our people the truth and teach our people the truth. But if you would like to come and listen in, 7 days a week we have different classes, dealing with herb, health, and healing. We got our sisters who draw and give their measures. We got Department of Education and Truth. We come from various different levels, the 12 departments of government and everything. Y'all can tune in, and the number is 609 right here, 746-1180. And then you have the PIN number. We also got a playback number, but you can go into the website and go to MoorishAmericanGovernment.land. And once you dial either of these numbers, whether it's the live or the playback, the PIN number is 639-381 #. Like I say, I'm getting ready to check in a second because I got to open up the meet. But we trying to bring our people in the concept of self-determination and self-government. That's the only thing that's going to unite all of us as a whole, regardless of what we believe. You know, we're not here to browbeat you with religion or teach you some indoctrination and all that there. We honor wherever you coming from because we honor all books of truth. That's why you hear me coming from many different perspectives, because we honor all books of truth. You know, and we're not indoctrinated so much so to where we are not willing to hear our family. So that being said, family, I just want to say gratitude for you showing up, and we give honors to you, brother Neil Bay. And if y'all don't have it, family, if y'all don't have it, you gotta get hold to this book right here, The Exhuming of a Nation, the Book of Fire. 700 pages of straight fire. You know, you can contact, you know, my chairman and get a copy of this. You know, this brother here wrote one of the greatest books dealing with freeing our people mentally that could ever be wrote. Dr. Elihu Pleasant Bay, Acting Per M.A. Root to Common Bay. So we leave as we came, family, upon the 7th, hoping that we breathe, you know, more perfection into the hearts and minds of our people. So that being said, salvation, our God. We ain't talking about no spook God. We talking about the reality of the Most High that work through us, work in us. You see, he in you, he in me, he in creation. And that is the all. So peace and love, shalom, salam alaikum, rahmatullah, barakatuhu. Man, all power to the people. You know, whatever the case may be, we love your family, and we'll be on again. So salute and gratitude. And share this video and like and subscribe as well, family. We got to get this message out here to our people. May we learn to love each other instead of hate. Peace.